What up, peoples? This your boy, D Blaze, and welcome to another exciting episode of Viper's Current. For this upload reflects on declaration. When people make declarations, they often become promises. Promises of promises of what your year or month or day or week or pretty much your entire life becomes. And when people make declarations, you gotta have hard work to follow up those declarations. Otherwise, they become empty, just like promises. Like like take me for example. I declared that this will be the year for my poetry to finally become exposed. It already is starting to become it already is starting to become true. And it's already through the first quarter of the year. So I'm just happy to have my poetry out there so people can get a taste of what I'm all about. But but just but just to give a brief example. But but let's but uh, but enough about me. Let's dive right into the poem, which is entitled "Year of the Viper." Catchy title, isn't it? But let's get started. Some make resolutions. I make declarations. Some change their thought process, while some grow with intellect. So what makes me different from anyone? For I'm no ordinary man. My evolution is living proof. My heart is evolved, my spirit has grown, and my soul is purified. For no trails of negativity courses through my veins. For they live in exile in the abyss of the past, never to resurface again to tarnish my flesh. This viper sheds his skin, for each time he grows, mentally and physically. For he is not the same man he was in the past. Mindset changed, due to life's lessons. Growing with intellect, with the emblem of benevolence in the heart and soul. My year of triumph is at hand. For the love of my loved ones, the love of my angelic phoenix, won't let me fall into the vicarious chasm of defeat. Your strength has kept me alive. Family, friends, and my princess. For you are for you are the source of my evolution, for it should never be stopped. And I love each and every one of you. Now, when I wrote that, it was a personal declaration of myself. As I was stating earlier, that this will be the year my poetry actually takes off into a whole nother stage that not even I can begin to fathom. But at the same time, I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it without everyone's support. As the last few lines just said, courtesy of my friends, my family, and especially my babe. For if it wasn't for each and every one of them, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have evolved into the man I am today. As far as being a poet, as far as as far as growing mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And to all those that's been down with me since the beginning, I promise. I promise to each and every one of you that I was not about to let you down. And, I make good to that promise. For for if it wasn't for your for if it wasn't for your support, I wouldn't have came this far. But the moral of this poem is when you make declarations, they often become promises. If you don't have the hard work, the passion and tenacity to back it up, then they become empty. and and there's a saying that goes along with it. Empty declarations are more like empty promises. If you if you if you're not willing to work hard to keep those promises, don't make them. If your heart is not in it, if your heart is not into those promises, don't make them. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than having a declaration or promise broken, and that's with any aspect, whether it's with self or rather it's with other people. Sad but true. So to everyone that declared that this is gonna be your year, remember, keep working hard, keep on excelling, for there are people that's gonna hate. There are people that's gonna hate that you're succeeding, while they stay stuck in the finish line, well, at the starting line. So if they're busy hating at the starting line, then that means they wasn't down with you to begin with. Can't put it any more plainer than that. But that'll wrap up this episode for Viper's Current. Stay tuned for next week, for I have another upload ready for y'all and the recording of my performance on the 18th. So stay tuned, peoples. Holla back. Aha!